All right, Bertie. That was very weird, wasn't it, with the echo there?
Yes.
It is episode 125.
Yes. Which is part 2 of last week's episode 124.
Yes. So we're going to get straight into the conversation now. There'll be no fannying around. There'll be no news. We're getting straight into it.
Just a quick recap. It is the part 2 of Andrew D Gaurd telling us all the wonderful stories about being a guard.
Yeah, how you can become a guard. Isn't it great that his second name was The Guard?
Yeah. His middle name is Derek.
Very, very, very handy. Andrew Derek The Guard.
No, the D is the guard.
Oh, right, okay, sorry. It's, fair play to him. And we're going for a very easy title this week.
Yes.
So I'm just going to tee you up and I'm just going to go for it.
Oh, that's pressure. We haven't run through this. We
No,
haven't
no, no.
run.
Let's see what you do.
Okay.
It is episode 125.
Templemore Training Day part 2.
Yeah, love it. You knew any of the guards up there that were involved in it directly?
I knew a few lads that were working up there, alright. You see this the stuff on the footage that was coming out of it. I wouldn't have known too many. They were inside there, but knew a couple.
That's probably one of the biggest events for the guards. In a while though.
What, like a recruitment drive?
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest public events for the guards in a while.
No, I just mean like in Ireland things like that aren't like that regular.
No, rare.
I would imagine there's a lot that you don't see though. Is there, like behind the scenes that you wouldn't even hear about in the news? Stuff going into estates in inner city Dublin that wouldn't actually make it to the news. Events not as big as that obviously, but that stuff gets pretty extreme sometimes, especially in inner city Dublin.
Well, like not even just there. Like you can get it anywhere really. Where look, kind of public order stuff will happen. And like not obviously to the scale of what happened in November. Like, but you'll get stuff where like you'll get stuff fired at you and time now and again. Like, but would never have like, my experience of stuff like that. I know it never lasted that terribly long.
Yeah,
it's kind of ran out of stuff to throw at you, so it just left.
And when have you ever ran after anybody? Like, is there a moment of running? Is there like a limit to like chasing someone where you've gone like too far away from like either your squad car or who you're with, and you're just thinking, just to leave it, or is it once you start chasing, you have to keep going?
Yeah, I've plenty of times ran after people, alright. Yeah, generally it's kind of either till you catch them or they get away from you, like I had, I remember years ago we were doing pre-season training for football. We were up and down the hills at the military fort in the Phoenix Park just before starting work at 10, and the first call we come in was lads in a stolen car. So we went up, your man tucked his heels out of the car, ran after him for about a mile, caught him, and then just had to lay down on the ground beside him.
Legs are gone.
Yeah. So geez, you got him though. I was thinking you were going to lose him.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't fit to do much after it.
That's hilarious.
Are we on the questions? About policing in other countries then. So say now you probably have no plans, but maybe you know someone who went to like America or Canada or even to the UK about being converting over to the police if you're already qualified guard, or if a policeman or like a constable from England comes to Ireland. Is it like a straightforward thing, or is it like, obviously they're armed over there, so maybe is it harder for guards to go be police than it is police to be a guard?
I know lads have gone over to Australia. There was a TV show a few years ago, I think, about lads that went over. But I think like the training is fairly similar with ourselves in Australia. Obviously, like then they're armed, like so, like you'd have to do that. Their training, and I know of one lad who came from the London Met into the Guards, and I think he had to like do his training in Templemore because he like so we'd be different to an awful lot of police around the world, in predominantly unarmed, and you'd be a lot more community involved than some of the other ones. So I'd say the training is probably a wee bit different.
And because you're unarmed, does that mean like the training is more kind of like
jiu-jitsu based?
I was going to say like talking, like conflict, like trying to calm down things.
Resolutions and stuff.
Yeah, rather than like, I suppose maybe if you're armed is your first response to go for the weapon, where in Ireland then is it more like to kind of de-escalate a situation and calm things down?
Yeah, I think you always look to try to do that first, no matter what situation you're in, is to try and talk someone out of doing whatever it is that they're doing, and then like that, like you only really want to be using it unless if you really have to. But like especially then for any lads that are armed, like it's really kind of a last resort type thing that they have to use.
And then that guy that came from London, did he have like not a hard time, but was he obviously was used to having like a weapon or be armed? Was it, so are you saying it'd be harder for them to kind of adjust, as you said, to be a guard then? Did he find that weird that like
I think he took to it fairly kind of quickly, alright.
Because it's probably one less responsibility to be thinking of as well.
Yeah, but absolutely, and and it's a fairly big one to have, like because if you don't have control of it, it's
and of course they don't bring them home, do they? No.
No, they'd be in station lockers.
Right. Now for another funny one, I suppose. Do you still get into coppers for free?
It's that long since I was in coppers, and I think the last time I was in coppers it was for a carvery lunch.
That was a good one, Bertie. I like that one.
Yeah, well, I'm just working down.
That's pretty good, man.
That's along with John's questions, I think.
Is there also a teacher and a priest in your family? Do you have two brothers and one's a priest and one's a teacher? No,
no. And no teacher either. No.
No. Oh, okay. Sorry. That's an old myth as well about the guards.
When will you be getting body cameras, and how would they help?
Is
that a plan? Is there?
Yeah, they're trialling that at the minute, or they're looking to trial it anyway. When we'll actually get them, I don't know. We'll have to do like the tendering process. I think you have to get like 3 different things and all that stuff.
No, in Ireland, not just specifically the guards, but they probably get the cheap ones.
Yeah. The Aldi ones, middle aisle.
It'd be like those voting machines wherever they are now. And do you think they'll help? Like, now you don't have to give obviously once again specifics, but would you have thought back on instances where it would have been handy if what you had done was on camera, like?
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like some public order stuff where it can be hard to kind of when you have to then go and describe what happened in court. It can be hard sometimes to get across, just what it was like. So in that kind of regards, look, it will be a benefit to show.
Yeah, I say it'll be handy too, because when you started qualified as guard, was 08, 09, around
08,
then. Yeah. So all the like the camera phones and all are much better, and they can always be like edited to like cut out what started something and make people look worse than they are.
Yeah.
Where the body cameras, if you had your recording from your side, it'll be much easier like to debunk all certain videos that come up and stuff. Yeah,
well that's it. Look, it's just another way of being able to show of what has happened. And like that, look, it's going to, like, if you know, people are doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. It's going to be on camera, and likewise, like, you know, if there's other stuff being done that shouldn't be done, like, it's all going to be there on camera. So,
and it'll probably help actually maybe for certain instances, because then they know they're going to be on camera too.
Well, that's it, you know, and it might have people have we think about their carry on, you know, as well. So,
and back now to, we'll go back in time again, to Templemore. How long is it? Are you there for a year and then you go like a probation thing, or like work experience, or whatever you call it, or placement? Or is it like you're just there for the few years and then you're straight into...
So when I trained, we did 6 months in the college, then you did 6 months as a student out in the station. I went to Monaghan as a student. Then you go back to the college for about 3 months. And then you do 9 months in, so you get assigned your station then after like phase 3 we call it. So you get assigned your station and you do 9 months there, and then you kind of you go back down to the college then for about a month or so before you pass out. But you're I think all in all you're about 2 years in probation
after you finish college, like
from when from when you go out to your assigned station, you've about 2 years off from that date. You're in probation.
And our not student guards, trainee guards, are they like a different uniform? No,
so the student guards, we used to wear the blue kind of epaulets on the shoulder. Everything else is the same. Like,
it's whatever's on the shoulder. Like So is that like rank or?
Like basically, like you'll have like the blue, as I said, blue ones there for the students. Then everyone will have their numbers. You know, like so, like mine will be MH whatever. You know, when I was up in Dublin, it was a different letter for where you are. And then like sergeants will have the chevrons, inspectors will have like a bar on theirs, and then like the higher up you go, just it's different stuff in the shoulders. And
was there a thing during COVID that a lot of the guards were like they're kind of, they didn't have to do the whole because they needed the guards, that they were brought out of college early?
Oh yeah, I think there was lads that were down in the college then, alright, that they were kind of.
And would like, so if you think back on, say, would that have made a difference to you, like cutting certain, like obviously they missed classes or missed something, so did you feel like you were like well prepared when you were finished your full tenure of Templemore? And then do you think then if they had missed certain things, would it have been a lot harder for them to come out? Because usually, like, I'm just thinking even of like Leaving Cert students and the students in college, that they seem to have been affected differently than like normal people that was just out working and things. And so would guards have been the same, that they missed like certain like modules or whatever, and it would have been harder then?
Yeah, say it could have been alright, because you know, it can take we while getting used to where you are. And like, you know, if you weren't in the college that long and then you're being sent straight out and kind of being like, you know, I mean, if you were to meet any of them lads in the street, like, you wouldn't have known that they were out a week or 2 weeks or 10 years. Do you know? So I'd say in that way it probably was hard for them to kind of adjust to it, you know.
We'll go fun question again. I think you've told me something about this before, but when you're looking at TV shows, and there's like guard activity on TV shows, because you'd probably be the same with instruments and music.
Yeah, you can tell straight away when someone doesn't know how to play.
If there's like any training or exercise thing, or there's like a gym scene, I'd be like that. I'd be thinking that's not right. So you'd be the same with like if I don't know, Fair City or whatever the case may be, that the guards are in it.
Careful now, Fair City. There's a friend of the podcast who's on Fair City, so just be careful.
Cool, we won't mention Fair City. That like they're like not doing it right, or actually, do you know that do TV shows hire someone from the guards to come in to say, oh, this is how we do it now in the guards, to try and train actors?
Yeah. I would, when you'd be watching TV shows, definitely I'd be looking at stuff going like, you know, that wouldn't happen. Or I think they go to retired members, recently retired people, some of the TV shows do, for, I don't know what you call it,
consultants or something.
Yeah.
And when you're looking, is it like the way they'd make like a traffic stop, or Is it like holes in their acting, or
Pulled off his sunglasses way too casually there. Stupid.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Like, it'd be. Not even sure how to say it. It's just kind of
the small things.
Small things that you
that
know,
just
you
not
be,
done in the right order or whatever.
Yeah, or just
because I know it's different, but I do watch Blue Bloods, and I kind of stopped watching because they're dragging it on too long. I don't know if you've ever watched Blue Bloods, but your man Danny is the main detective in it.
Yeah.
And there's just times that he's just flicking through like evidence, and he's like, nobody else has spotted this evidence, only him. And he's like, oh wait, hang on a second, and it's the key to the whole case. And you're just thinking that wouldn't happen in real life.
Do you get cases like that where it's kind of drawn out over the space of say a month or two, where clues start kind of popping up, like what's the English detective's name? Old school detective. What's
Morse?
No.
Columbo?
No.
Oh,
Anyway, is there stuff that kind of drags out over a few months where you start kind of picking up clues and then finally you solve it and you're like, oh, that's what it was?
And a lot of that stuff would be dealt with by like the lads in the crime unit, like the detectives and stuff. But you would have like definitely like, you know, you see like the you know there's been a few kind of high profile murder cases that have literally been kind of broken over a simple enough bit of evidence being found, you know. So it does happen,
right?
You know.
What was that famous?
Sherlock Holmes is who I was thinking of. Sorry, that's who it was.
That was your clues weren't great there.
No, they weren't. No. I had to go back and think.
I was going to say, who was that American fella, gangster? Wasn't he caught over something silly?
Al Capone.
Was that
a tail light? Was it or something? What was it?
He was done for tax evasion when they couldn't get him for racketeering.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And then on the TV shows, they're obviously not proper guard uniforms, but they obviously have to get like a permission to use like a Garda car or something that looks like a Garda car.
Yeah, there is. I think RTE and maybe the Abbey have a contract with them for supply of uniform or equipment or whatever, and then I think then the other like TV companies or shows might have to go through them to get the gear.
And what is that? Because can they make them exactly like them, or there's obviously, because you're saying about numbers, so they're obviously made up numbers.
Yeah.
And then, but the uniform itself would be
more or less the same. Yeah.
And then speaking of equipment, then on your own day to day, like, I mean, you wear, is it a vest, a stab vest? No, is that only when you're going places?
No, you'd have that like if you're going out, either in the car on the beat or whatever. Yeah, you'd have the stab vest on you and the belt. Be your.
And what's stab vest? 3-4 kilos?
Yeah. See, I was armed previously, so I have a ballistics vest which is a little bit heavier. Just because I was too lazy to go back and change it back. But that could be about 5.
But you still notice it though.
You notice it, yeah. And if you have to run with it, you'll feel it.
Yeah. And especially if after you're doing hill sprints, as you said.
Could you take me through, say, kind of a standard day? What's your hours like, first of all, and then could you take me through, say, what your kind of standard day is being a guard?
So the hours are 7 to 7.
12-hour shifts.
Yeah, either day or night. Like, not to be too much like cliche, but there's no like standard day for me is like I'm kind of like I'm over in charge of a unit at the minute, so I'm kind of going in seeing what the lads are doing and making sure that like I have like, you know, people for the station, people for the car, and then if anything happens that I'm needed for heading out to it or like that, like it's mainly just making sure that you have someone there so that if somebody rings looking for you, that you're able to or get someone there as soon as you can. And it doesn't always happen as easy as that, you know, like you can get, especially like again, I'd say Dublin, the you know, there's not as many in the stations, so you're kind of if something kind of serious happens, you mightn't then have people free to go to some of the other calls that are going to be coming in. So
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fairly standard like that, but
Yeah.
And now, when you're out doing like your own thing, is there a protocol? Do you always have your badge on you? If you don't have your badge on you, are you like not obliged to like do anything if you see something, or are you like constantly like nearly on call, nearly in your own head, like watching things, or can you just switch off when you're in like your personal life?
Do you mean when I'm not working?
Yeah, when you're not working, yeah.
I would have my badge with me, I would say, the majority of the time.
Is that just in case something goes off and you have to go? Like, are you on call all the time?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
No.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No. Now, if like something serious happened, you could intervene then, and like that, so basically, like if you identify yourself, if you're off, like, and you identify yourself as a guard, then you're treated as you're working as such.
Right, okay.
So
do you get paid straight away then?
So like if something happens, then you can be the guard on scene even though you're not working. You don't have to like call guards that are actually working. Like
you'd still have to call lads that are working, alright, yeah. I suppose it depends on the situation too, but like, yeah, you'd still be calling lads that are working.
Is it, do you have a walkie-talkie on you the whole time? No?
No.
Okay, so yeah, you don't.
And then if you're just like driving along or even walking along, is like your guard senses tingling the whole time, or can you switch them off?
Yeah, you can switch them off, alright. Look, look, if there was something serious happening, you're not just going to walk past it.
Yeah.
Or again, but yeah. And again, it depends. Like if I'm out with like the kids and that, you obviously have to
take them into account, of course.
Yeah, you can't be going bald headed into something and leaving the boys standing watching.
Yeah.
And then, do you have a favourite police style movie?
Oh, I'd have a few, alright, yeah. Training Day would be one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I do like The Guard. The Guard's actually very good, so it is. I think.
Yeah, that's a brilliant one.
I think other police style movies.
Police Academy, no.
I do like Police Academy. The earlier ones, I think the last one themselves.
Didn't they go to like 6 and 7 or something?
Yeah.
Mission to Moscow was on last night.
Yeah.
And do you, when you went into be a guard, did you have like aspirations of being a specific type of guard? Or like,
put like a sound one, or I'm gonna be an arsehole.
Do you know like the like promotion things? Is there like guards who just go in and are just happy out being a guard? Is it your own drive? Because I know you've got promotions and you're doing different things like when you were in Dublin and things like that. Or is it just literally it depends on the person themselves whether they're driven kind of in their work or whatever?
Yeah, like it's down to you really. Like if you want to. So for me, when you start, you can that can be you for the rest of your service if you want. Like every now and again, like the competitions will come out. They're from HR. They're published, and if you meet the kind of selection criteria or to be able to apply for it.
But there's no like obligation saying, oh well, you've been like a beat guard or standard guard for 15 years. You have to, do something else. No,
you can say like, and look, some lads that's probably they're good at that. I think, and they're probably it's what's best suited to them. Yeah.
Same in any company, I suppose. There's people who just fit into certain roles quite well, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same thing.
And then what track did you do? Because you said you were arm response for a while then as well.
No, I did the training for that. I wasn't selected for that one. Thanks, Bertie.
I done the same last week.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Picking up sore points.
No, I did. So I was in Ballyfermot for about 8.5 years. Then I went into the National Economic Crime. and then I was kind of promoted to sergeant when I was in there, and then came out. So, but they would have been all competitions like that you went for, like, you know.
So like it's not a thing of they come to you saying, oh, you've done really well. You had to still apply to be a sergeant and to get promoted. Like
yeah, you still have to, like, you know, like I think you might have, say, some of your supervisors might have come to you and say, you know, I think you'd be able to do it or whatever. But ultimately, then it's up to you whether you want to do it or not.
And do you have any aspirations, I suppose, for going into any of the departments, like, or?
Yeah, like
is it like the horses? No,
You're going to get him in trouble with the wife now. He'll say something he isn't meant to say.
The horses, no, I don't think I'd be any use with a horse. And just the dog unit, I can't even put manners on my own dog. Never mind. But even like say like that with the dog unit, like you have to have. Like you obviously have to do the training and all that there stuff, but you think you have to have like a good bit of room at your house and stuff that you know you're able to put in a proper kind of area for the dogs so that they have to be really well trained. Like
I'm not sure whether everybody knows that, but like the dog, when you are the officer with the canine unit or the dog, that dog is like your dog.
Yeah,
you bring him home. It's not like he's left in the station overnight.
Yeah.
They retire to the family as well. You can retire them to the guard if they want to. Yeah.
Yeah,
so I've heard.
But it's probably not as big in Ireland though, the canine unit, as like other countries would it be, no?
There's a few. Like there's one in Dublin. I think the one in Cork. I think there could be two.
And would they mostly work? Now we might know, but mostly work, would it be like drugs and customs and stuff?
Yeah, and then you'd have they have different types. So you have like obviously drugs be the main one. You have explosive dogs.
That must be handy in a fight, isn't it? Send in the exploding dog.
Sacrifice the dog, Jesus. I see some of the explosive ones, they like sit down when they smell it.
Yeah. But the explosives dogs aren't necessarily trained in drugs either. I heard earlier on today. I was listening to something, another podcast.
It's one or the other, like. And
they were saying, like, you know, an explosives dog could sit there and like a load of cocaine could just go by them. They'd be like,
because not what they're trained
to do
for,
me.
Yeah.
Then who trains them? The officer doesn't train them. They come like trained to them, is it?
No, they train them.
All right.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So then you need obviously to be able to train a dog.
Yeah, so they'd have done, them lads would have done training courses in it, and then they train them.
Amazing stuff. That
I think we're running out of questions, guys.
Yeah, no, I think we're we're pretty much there now. Do you have a pretty specific waffle game arranged?
And for Andrew, the person, not Andrew D Gaurd.
Right. Okay. I'm happy enough for that. Will we go waffle game?
Yeah, we can do then. Yeah, if you think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's time. Yeah,
it's time. Okay,
let's do it.
Do you have? Can you put 30 seconds on the clock? And I'll explain the waffle game. You've never listened to Ian Dempsey in the morning, no?
I have, yeah.
So he plays the waffle game about 7:30, 7:40 in the morning. So I'll have 5 keywords. You'll have 30 seconds to give me the 5 keywords I have. There are obviously other answers, but they have to be the ones that I have. Like, if so, when Scotty starts.
What is it? €1,000? Is it?
Yeah, right.
Well, you get on.
There's a coaster, isn't there? There's a coaster
of people who might get 5 out of 5 because only 2 people have so far.
That's true.
Yeah.
In 124 podcasts now.
I didn't bring a pen with me. Can you give me a pen? No. No. Okay.
You got to eyeball that one.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just eyeball it then. Yeah. Okay. Right. I think I know the ones. That's the answers.
Okay. So you're okay. You understand what the
yeah.
Okay.
So in the next 30 seconds, Andrew, can you give me 5 makes of Skodas?
Oh God.
Octavia, Kodiak, Cognac, Superb.
Oh, he's right in this, isn't he?
Yeah. Fabia.
Oh, good man.
Citigo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, keep going. What's time left? Oh, yeah.
What else is there?
10 seconds.
No, I'm going blank now.
There's your time. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
In fairness, yeah.
Do
Did you used to work for Skoda before you were guard, was it?
I drive a Skoda.
Oh, right, okay. He's a Skoda man.
You got 4.
Oh, what?
Yeah. It's a Skoda Rapid.
Are you just being nice to him now, and just so you can get off a speeding ticket or something?
No.
You actually got none.
Superb,
Yeah.
Kodiak, Octavia, Fabia, and Rapid.
Oh, right. What's the Rapid one, actually? What's that?
It was like a little
hatch.
Yeah, little Rapid one. Sister used to have one.
It's kind of smaller than the Octavia, isn't it?
Yeah, she had one of the long ones like your Octavia, because yours is Octavia, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a smaller and smaller engine. It was like a 1.4 petrol or something, I think it was.
All right, okay.
Small little one.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah. So you got 4, so that's respectable. That's not too bad. Have we any other questions now or anything?
No, I think that's pretty much us now.
Are we wrapping up, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's us, yeah.
Excellent. So now, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, survived, didn't it?
Survived, yeah. Now, I mean, the guards are welcome to use it as promotional.
I don't think they want us promoting the guards.
No, okay. But answered it very well, and as I said, we've been trying to get on people like with jobs.
Unlike the both of us.
Yeah. To try and maybe help people, because we have a far-reaching listenership, and from all different areas and all different age groups too. And I think even with Kevin saying about getting into teaching and different ways to get into teaching, especially coming up this time of year, heading for the Leaving Cert. And even like that with people who might want to get into certain professions, who might think their time has passed, that there's always like a way to get in, as you said, whether it's maybe with the Garda Reserves, and then you can be part of that and see it. And as you said, now the age limit has gone up, so it's kind of more open. And it's the same with what we talked about, the teaching and various other people that came in with different jobs, that if it's a job that you really want to do, there's always a kind of a way to get there.
Yeah.
Which is the main thing.
Yeah, and for the older people, now's the time to do it before they cut off the age limit again.
Yeah, it'll probably keep going up, because I think the retirement age has gone up now as well, isn't it?
That's true, another few years.
Yeah,
keep working. So you two could be running your town pretty soon. You could be in charge of your local town.
Yeah,
Get involved.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers,
Thanks.
man.